Kenya itainuka, Kenya itasimama, Kenya itanawiri kwa umoja na uzalendo. Mimi ni Mkenya mzalendo. Je, wewe? Today we come to celebrate 1,000 years. Is it 1,000 years? No. 1,000 months? No. No weeks. 1,000 days since His Excellency President William Ruto was sworn in as the President of the Republic of Kenya. And if you are to ask me, I will tell you there are also 1,000 things that he's been able to do positively to ensure that Kenya is able to leapfrog itself towards the future, especially when you look at the 5 pillars of the better plan. Can you imagine, before we finish this year, or by the end of this year, over 2 million young people shall be trained in TVET, various courses from masonry to plumbing and counting. And out of almost every other constituency, there is actually a TVET. And this is really the promise. Vile tulikuwa tunasema kwamba ni jobs, the kazi kwa ground. Kazi kwa ground, na pia kuna kazi mtandaoni na kazi majuu. Wakenya zaidi ya 1393 wameenda kule huko majuu kutafuta do, na wametuletea, we imagine, $4.95 billion. Hiyo ni shilingi ngapi za Kenya? 638 billion. Na hii pesa 85% inaenda kusaidia wale wadhi huko kwa nyumbani, ndio wanawasupport. Alafu na niambia nini kuhusu ati Urezo vile amekuwa president hiyo miaka yote? Hiyo ndio ukweli, hiyo ndio nomba ya ukweli hapa. Na hizi sio stories za jaba. Ukiangalia kama ni mambo ya affordable housing, tumejenga nyumba 150,000. Hijai kutendeka. Madarasa yale tumejenga 23,800 within less than 2 years. Walimu tumeemploy 76,000 kumradhi, na tunaongeza wengine 24 by January. Juzi tumeemploy watu wa prisons 2,000. Ukiangalia kama ni hii shilingi yetu to the dollar, na naona watu wa Y254 wako hapa wanatucheki, unaona sasa imekuwa for almost 1.5 years 129 shillings to the dollar. Na hiyo inasaidia sana stability. Tuko na 10 billion, tumeweka $10 billion, sio Kenya shillings, za import cover. Alafu ukicheki mambo ya GMR, ile tumekuwa tukiongea hapa, tunasema saa hii kahawa 1 kg inauzwa up to 145, 148 huko juu. Ukiangalia kama ni kaunti ya Embu, ukiangalia kama ni 1 metric ton ya sugarcane, miwa, wapandaji wa miwa huko Western na kwingineko, saa hii wanapata 5,500 from 4,500. So utataka kuniambia nini? Mambo mengi sana hii Gava imeweza kufanya, ambayo imeongozwa na Mheshimiwa William Samoei Ruto. Na ni vizuri tuseme, if we start counting, there are quite a number of things that have been able to be done. However, I would want to make some few clarifications. Number one, all of us Kenyans are related to one another. You cannot use familiar terms to balkanize a country. We are one country. We are all brothers and sisters. God never made a mistake to ensure that we all live together harmoniously. So those who are going out there trying to call these others terms and that, whatever you, we want to tell them that the president is the symbol of national unity, and the government is going to do development across all regions without fear or favor. And we will not allow people to celebrate tragedy just because they want to make political scores. We have had people saying that June 25th will be a public holiday. There is no public holiday on June 25th. It is a working day. If at all it falls on a weekday, we must move forward. Whatever people are trying to recreate for the Gen Z movement, we want to tell them that is a thing of the past. We are united. If you have any views, please go to the committee. They are moving around the country. Present your views, and we will discuss, because our country must stand together. Kenya itainuka, Kenya itasimama, Kenya itanawiri kwa umoja na uzalendo. Mimi ni Mkenya mzalendo. Je, wewe?
The emphasis on the modularized curricula is out of a realization that as a state department, we need to concentrate and even over-concentrate, if need be, on ensuring that young people are getting the requisite skills as must be and within the shortest time possible. There has been this notion that learning should, as much as possible, be academic. But we realize that this is not what is required by industry. Industry requires people who have the technical knowledge to be able to do whatever it is that is needed by the country. And therefore, we have decided to break down the curricula into skill sets and concentrate on particularized skills into which we are going to train the young people until we and the industry are confident that this is what the young people can do. It is not about the certificates. It is not about the big names of the learning outcomes. The actual outcome that we must provide for this country is the skills. And therefore, we have broken the, like I've said, we have broken the curricula. If we are talking about coming up with a building, we want young people to be skilled in tiling, in gypsum technology, in walling, in carpeting, in tiling, and all the skills that we find in a building. So that one by one, from module 1 to module 6, we ensure that the young people can do whatever it is that they are required to be able to do. The last month, May, we have admitted approximately 66,000 young people into the modularized space. And all the HODs, all the principals across the country, yes, they are aware, but we want as a department to go around the country into every region and have a conversation with all our members of staff so that in the event of doubt, we are able to clarify it. Because we decided to give this a military approach, where when we decided it's the month of May, we are going into modularization. We did not want to wait. We did not want to loll around discussing this or that. We decided to go into it straight away. And that is why we are going around the country checking that what we are speaking about, the modules that we were able to come up with as a department, are understood for implementation by each and every one of us.
Thank you very much. Welcome to Sema na Spox, Bonga na Gava. Let's say that. Sema na Spox, Bonga na Gava. Sema na Spox, Bonga na Gava. And to tell us more about the TVET, Technical Vocational Education and Training, is none other than our Principal Secretary for the State Department for TVET, none other than Madam Dr. Esther Moria. Let's clap for her. So, sasa, Dr. Moria, habari yako?
Yema.
How do you feel tonight?
Good.
Yeah?
Yes.
You've been having a nice time?
Yes, I can't complain.
Yes.
Yes.
Sasa mayutu wanakuangalia. You wear many hats.
Yeah.
Before we come to TVET and what is about TVET, tell us about yourself. Who is Dr. Esther Moria? Away from the officialdom, where did you grow up? What has been your life journey? Tueleze kidogo tukutambue kidogo.
Thank you, Spox. Yes, like you have heard, my name is Esther Dara Moria Njero, and I was born and brought up in Embu District, Runyunjes constituency, some many years ago. I went to Siamanda Primary School, the Kieni Girls High School, Kangaroo School,
Wow.
all in
Kangaroo.
Kangaroo.
Wow.
Yes.
I mean, you are a choppy, eh?
You know. And I only came to Nairobi when I came to the University of Nairobi.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. Like, yeah, you had never been to the city?
That is the time I saw the railway line.
Oh my goodness.
When I came to the University of Nairobi,
Yeah.
where I studied a Bachelor of Arts degree in sociology.
Oh,
so
wonderful.
basically, I am a sociologist.
Okay.
After that, I studied in the same university for a Master of Arts before working for some time, after which I studied for a PhD degree at Jomo Kenyatta University.
Wait a bit. So,
yes.
ulimaliza university tu hivi, na ukaenda pia masters immediately?
Apana. I worked in the then Ministry of Home Affairs as a probation officer.
Oh, very good. Kwa hivyo umeanza from the ground. You have been a career civil servant.
Nilianza huko chini,
Makofi kwa historia, bottom up.
Probation officers write pre-sentence reports for courts.
Okay.
With a recommendation. And that is where I started.
Wonderful.
After,
na ulienda the University of Nairobi.
Yes.
Wajua sengine watu wa University of Nairobi wanatuenjoy sana, wanatuambia that is the only university, the other names of people and places. Yani watupatii kupumua hata kidogo.
Wacha nikuambie, that time there was no other university.
You want to confirm that?
Yes, there was no other university. There was only a campus of the University of Nairobi,
yes.
which was Kenyatta University.
The campus only?
The campus only.
Yes.
Yes. So for me to have gone to the university that time, mimi sio kidogo, kwa sababu hakukua na university.
Kwa hiyo nataka kutuambia Dr. Esther Moria.
Yes.
KU was just a mere campus somewhere on Thika Road.
It was a campus on Thika Road.
Yes.
The university was only one. So for you to qualify to go to that one university,
yes, yes.
Sio mchezo.
Sasa na hii PhD, ulifanya after how long? After working for how long?
After many years, after working for many years, after leaving the Ministry of Home Affairs, I after finishing my masters in the same university, I joined the Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture and Technology, where I grew from an assistant registrar to the registrar of the university.
Wonderful. Makofi tena hapo. So you joined as an assistant registrar, you became the registrar. Were you also lecturing around the same time?
Yes, I would teach as and when required.
Oh, wonderful. So your PhD is in what area?
Human resource management.
Oh, wonderful. So from a sociologist,
yes.
Master's was also in sociology.
Yes.
And then now HR.
Yes.
And now you are managing TVET. You must be the best person to train our human resource for the future. Makofi tena. So now, that's your life. What about your social life? I mean, you have children, you have a family. You know, you say you come from Embu.
Yes.
I am a Modoniwa because I'm married from there. But tell us about your at least what you could go away from the academia.
Well, I was married to one engineer, Charles Ngaruya Moria, who hails from Molo. So I normally tell the principal of Molo TVC that is my TVC. He has to be careful.
Wow.
So I lived with Moria for about 23 years, and he went to be with the Lord. And after about 4 years, I remarried. I went back to Embu from Molo. I went back to Embu.
That was quite a transition, right?
Yes. Well, not quite. And married one FCPA, John Njero Nyaga, who I have lived with now for the last 7 years.
Oh, wonderful. Makofi hapo. Na majenzi, mjue pia ndoa zinadumu zaidi.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can be married for about 30 years.
Yeah.
But if you continue asking those questions, they are going to guess how old I am.
Okay. So, a lady is always sweet, 16.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like I am.
Wow.
So, in his previous marriage, John had 3 sons, and I had 2 sons and a daughter, who are now all grown up and out. Now it is only John and me who live in our house.
Wonderful. So is that emptiness syndrome now there? You've gone back to being, a single couple kind of thing.
Just a couple,
yes.
just the 2 of us.
Yes.
Just the 2 of us there. Yes.
Wonderful,
but we are happy
Yes.
because one measure of success of parenting is to bring up children to move on.
Wonderful.
With their own lives.
And you know, when we were just coming in, I heard you calling John and telling him, I'll be late.
Yes.
I mean, that is very responsible.
Because he's alone now in the house. I am here and there is nobody else.
Wonderful.
So,
I don't know whether people do that here in this audience. Ama unasema tu tukutane unapata mtu ameshajiwekea blanket. So now, madam.
Let me tell you something else before you forget. I'm also a grandmother of 5.
Wow.
Yes, 5.
Amazing. I don't know, sometimes I tend to think that grandmothers tend to love their grandchildren more, I think.
Yes, they are very nice. They make you feel a young mother all over again. You have people to baby up all over again. Yes, so
Wonderful.
It's a very nice.
Let's clap for our peers. I mean, now we've gotten to know the other side of you. What are your hobbies?
I walk a lot. I jog from time to time. I also play golf.
Oh.
And I also read self-development books.
Which is the latest one that you've read?
I right now I'm reading. I am reading. What is this author?
Were you starting a new state department? What was your vision? And what are your achievements? Tell us that in a nutshell.
I was never in TVET before.
Tell us that in a nutshell.
I was never in TVET before. Like I said, I was only at the then Ministry of Home Affairs and at Jomo Kenyatta University. That is where I came from. So I came to a department that was existing. I did not come to create the department. The department was there. But it is a department I landed into and really got to love. Wow. Why? Because I have had and I have a passion for young people. And I have a passion for transformation. Transformation was one of my favorite topics, especially when I was doing my PhD. I wrote a paper on the transformation of the then post office, Kenya Post and Telecommunication. You remember when they had the boxes which were green and looking very funny. And then it transformed to a department that had blue and red boxes. I followed that transformation very closely, and I was very impressed.
So how have you been able now to transform the TVET department?
Now, because transformation is something that I adored even academically, when I came to the State Department, I knew I was coming to look for something that needed to be changed. And when I came, I had a conversation with the technical officers that I found there, and we agreed that we needed to position TVET to a space where we were going to be confident, all of us, that we were and are transforming the lives of the young people. When I came, already the government had done a lot in the past 10 years before I came. There had been a lot of creation of access where the president is excellent. The current president, even when he was a deputy president, had started a transformation where there was going to be a TVET in every single constituency.
Yes. How many do we have right now?
What? TVET?
Yes.
240.
Okay.
240. So we still have a few constituencies that we are still...
240 out of 290?
Yes.
So only 50 remaining? About
50, 52.
Oh, wonderful.
Yes.
Let's clap for our peers. We are now taking a short break, and this is Sema na Spox,
Bonga na Gava.
Sema na Spox,
Bonga na Gava.
Keep it right here.